want to talk about that critical turning point when wine o'clock goes from being a fun phrase to a daily ritual. And then what happens when that daily ritual starts taking over your life. Today, I'm going to share my story of how I went from daily drinking for 25 years, actually, it was probably 27 years, to finally taking back control. Let's talk about quitting drinking. For me, looking back as far as I can remember, I always drank. I wasn't really a problem drinker. I liked drinking. But if I really look at how long, it's in excess of 25 years. I drank every single day. Even if I worked out hard during the day, had a trainer, all my responsibilities at work, every single night, I would come home and have one glass, then it was two glasses, and then it quickly became a bottle every single night. It just became the way I would wind down at night. I'd cope with stress. I'd celebrate victories. I'd reward myself. But I never realized how much I was actually losing in the process, how much it was eroding my soul, my spirit, my hopes, my dreams, my thinking, my motivation, my showing up, my being present, just slowly eroding or chipping away at all of that. I started drinking early on with my dad, but not that often. It was just something we bonded over. And then casually in my 20s, got a corporate job, and that was part of the culture. Everybody else was doing it. It was never a problem for me. Actually, I liked it. Then I started to notice the missed opportunities, the things I would just pass on or not show up for or not go after, the hazy mornings, the feeling of being stuck emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. And the turning point came when I realized that drinking wasn't just something I did, it was who I had become. And I didn't like her. I did not like that person. The biggest lesson I learned was you cannot drink your problem. Sure, wine does help you feel better, calms you down for maybe an hour. But when that wine bottle's empty and you sober up, all that shit's still there. But now you got to pile on the self-loathing and the regret. And then why did I do it again? It just makes it feel worse. And in the long run, why can't I'm smart, I'm resourceful, why can't I achieve this? And why can't I do that? And why am I not farther along? The one common denominator was alcohol. It was keeping me from all of my dreams, all of my goals. And here's something else. You might think alcohol's numbing all that bad shit. You might think that it's buffering that stress and that anxiety, the things you don't want to deal with, but it buffers the good stuff too. That's the problem. You're not just numbing stress and anxiety, you're numbing joy and connection and creativity and love. You cannot live your best life. You cannot achieve your dream life. You cannot achieve your goals through a blurred lens. And here's what I wish somebody had told me sooner. The hardest part of quitting isn't the cravings or even the temporary social awkwardness. It's a real thing, I'll admit it, but that's not what the hard part is. You want to know what the hard part is? It's facing your life head on, feeling all of it without running to that bottle, without relying on that liquid crutch. Because when you do, let it come at you, bring it on. You realize how resilient and how capable you are. If you're over 40, at this point in your life, you've handled some stuff. If you're struggling with alcohol, here's my advice. You can start right now. Make a decision and truly take it one day at a time. One day, 1 hour, one evening, one weekend at a time. You don't have to make some big declaration that you're never going to drink again, although you probably will. You just have to declare that for today. And every day that you choose to stay present, to stay clear-headed, to stay focused, is a day that you win at life. It's about progress, not perfection, day by day. I just shared my journey on a podcast. I'll try to link it below. The host asked me to sum up my top 3 lessons. And here they are. The first one is self-respect is non-negotiable. I learned that if I was willing to put up with a toxic relationship of any kind, whether it's with a person, with alcohol, or with bad habits, what I'm really saying is that I don't deserve better. Breaking up with alcohol taught me how to respect myself in a way I never had before. Takeaway number 2, you have to feel to heal. I love that. You have to feel those emotions. Let them come up, deal with them, and then let them go. I learned that numbing my pain, or whatever I was drinking to avoid, it didn't make it go away. It just pressed pause on it. It just pressed pause. And when you face those emotions, it sets you free. And the third takeaway, it is never too late to rewrite your story. Never. I realized that no matter how long you've been stuck in a cycle, it doesn't matter if it's 25 years or 25 days. It's never too late to hit the reset button. You can do that today. Breaking up with alcohol, call it what you want. I had a toxic relationship with alcohol, and breaking up with alcohol, it wasn't just about quitting. It was never about the alcohol. It was about rediscovering me and what I'm capable of when I stop holding myself back. Going from wine o'clock to winning at life isn't easy, but it is possible. I've been there, and if I can do it, you can too. Start small, stay strong, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Your best life is waiting for you, and it's so much better without the haze of alcohol.